I find that too. I'm gonna go live now.
I think it gets worse in season 2, actually.
See because people told me it like the show to like stick with it because it gets really good, and I've been finding this to be extremely fucking goofy.
So the important thing you
And
need to
don't
know is that,
spoil me, by the way. No spoilers. It's very
oh
important.
no,
I'm
no
still watching
spoilers.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Kind of behind the scenes things though. Uh, the first 2 episodes were directed by Ridley Scott,
Yeah,
and the rest of it was by some other dude.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
the first,
Oh, every time I think it's Cheryl Eatcock. It
nice name,
says that every
please.
time. Yeah, every time like the episode is just directed by Cheryl Eatcock, and I always read it as Cheryl Eatcock. Every time, like invariably, I'm like, oh, is that what the name is? Oh no, it's not. It's not. But it would have been funnier. Yeah, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I
you can
know
just do
the first two
what
were
I do.
Ridley Scott. Yeah. What do you do?
If something's funnier, I just accept that as the truth. It doesn't matter if it's
Is
actually true.
Cheryl Eatcock. But yeah, goofy as shit is really what I feel like this show is like. There was the unless there is like a thing where it's like everything was like a simulation or whatever the fuck. Because there was a scene where some like the one woman she said Jesus Christ as like an exclamation to express shock. It's like that shit ain't happen in this universe. What the fuck are you on about?
I have to admit, I think that it's probably just bad writing.
Yeah, I know the
I
writing in this show is absolutely terrible. Never has there been a single interaction where I thought, yeah, this was like necessary or good in any way, shape, or form.
I'm glad this happened.
And to be fair, I my standards are very low because before that, I was trying to get into Lovecraft Country, which like everyone, oh, it's so great, such a great show. All the ratings on it on fucking every aggregator, every like fucking critic is like, oh, this is the best thing. So, oh, fucking the fucking Key and Peele guy has mastered this genre. It's terrible. It is just so bad. They have like a whole season's worth of shit happening in like the first 2 episodes. It's like a whole fucking plot line that would in any other show span like a whole fucking season at least.
Well,
Two episodes.
there's something that you've asked about a couple times, and I've said like it's okay. Um, the wolf and the devil inside us, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello,
Um,
bossy
th-
strolls.
and
Hello,
it's
Posh.
like a high magic or like
Yeah, the
modern magic
one with the
thing.
poly devil.
Yeah.
Holy devil. What is
Um,
this?
the writing is not very good. It's an interesting concept, and some of the characters are quite likable.
Wait,
But
what is this?
the
The
writing, the
series?
dialogue is fucking grim.
Yeah, I can't honestly. If their dialogue is bad, it really ruins the show for me.
What
Um,
show is this?
Several. We're talking about several shows.
Well, what was the
Everything
one
that's
you
been recommended
This
to.
started with Raised by Wolves, which I'm in like approaching the end of the first season of, and it's just
Bad.
it really is. People sold this to me as like I was recommending people fucking For All Mankind, and then they recommended this back to me. And somehow, even though of course I know that they hadn't seen For All Mankind, so they don't know that it's one of the literal best shows that would have ever been created ever, and it was like condemned to the dustbin of oblivion that is Apple fucking TV.
That's the one with
Hmm.
astronauts shooting ech other,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yes.
That is the one with astronauts shooting each other. That is exactly the one. Yeah, it's that. It's and then for people to be like, for Raised by Wolves, you should watch it. And like, I know they don't know, like they can't
Wait,
compare the
is that
quality
the one about
levels.
Myth? Um, fuck, what was it
Yeah,
called?
it's
Mithraism
about
or?
Mithras. Yeah, don't if you've seen it, don't spoil me on it. Very
I
important.
have not seen it, but I
Yeah,
just know like the starting premise. It's like,
yeah. It's the Mithraism one, which they don't
yeah,
even. There's a fucking episode where one of the characters like shouts Jesus Christ as like an exclamation to express like shock.
Would that not?
Yeah, exactly. And the show is
Oh my
full of shit
god!
like that.
Fucking if that is
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
if it's about God, I can't fucking pronounce it. Like I would be able to pronounce it, but just this week has not been my week. Ah, but like you know what I'm trying to say here. It's like if you have a show where you're like you have your own religion, be it based on realism or is an actual real world religion that isn't Christianity, and you have important figures in that religion, you would technically use those figures to curse.
Yeah, it's like, but the worst thing is too. I think in this universe, Christianity isn't even like a thing.
Yeah, it's just like
It's like a
probably
failed
gone the way.
religion that didn't like really find its footing during the Roman Empire, and that's why everyone is praying to fucking Sol instead of fucking
And yet,
Jesus. And yet,
Right.
she's like Jesus Christ. The right,
Yeah, because
honestly,
isn't
the
like
fucking writing is.
atheism? Yeah, isn't like
Yeah,
atheism in that show like some sort
Yeah.
of terrorist organization or something?
Yeah,
I'm like,
so the
bro, what?
atheists are bad, the bad guys, which is, I mean, it's an interesting exploration of
Interesting
what a
premise.
wild conservative person imagines atheists would be like. The whole fucking, it's so, the world building is just shit.
Dumb.
Honestly, some of the
Wait.
there's some really cool ideas in there.
Can I
Yeah.
ask, like, so this is maybe me and my stupid ass brain, but like, is there a difference between a dumb writing and shit writing to you?
I feel like dumb writing is shit.
Okay, fair enough.
but not all shit writing is dumb. It can just be
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, no, it's just my brain. Just literally. You want to know how fucking stupid this week has been for me?
Go ahead, please do.
Like, there are
let's
obvious-
start the
whenever
weekly posh
someone-
therapy session.
Men will literally just talk about their problems on live stream before going to fucking therapy. But
Yeah.
goddamn, like there is like people will tell me things where I know like the process in my brain is telling me like the context for this, there's an implied context, what that context is, but your brain's not just it's just not gelling with it. You know? It's just like I can't connect the dots. I'm not gonna, put it out there. You're not gonna be able to type it. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's just my posh rant for the week. I am so burnt, bro.
Yeah, so you're tired just of fucking like work, I guess.
Oh, it's not even just work. Like, work hasn't been that painful until today, but just since the week started, I don't know what the fuck happened. I just woke up yesterday and I felt like fucking bawling my eyes out.
Oh damn, dude, that sucks.
And just like I don't know what's going on, but just like I still feel like fucking bawling my eyes out right now. Like something is stuck in the back of my throat and it just wants to come out and it's me bawling into tears.
It's difficult sometimes to like have the tears somewhere down you, but it's like to actually like suss them out and to get them out can be very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm
And the
familiar
worst
with
part
this
is-
emotion.
I don't know why.
It's because of you're a guy.
But bro, like even for me, I would say I'm a very emotional guy.
Oh, I'm a very emotional guy too, but crying is a whole different game, you know?
Oh no, the thing is I feel like I cry a lot and I'm not ashamed of that. But right now, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really what you could or should do in this case. Honestly, not a.
Virgo just laughing at my pain.
I'm just not a fucking expert on this.
No, that's fine. That's
Like,
fine. I'm just yeah.
I can't tell you what to do. I don't know how you personally should deal with this kind of thing.
Honestly, I hope next week gets better because like I've somehow successfully made a new friend that I'm planning to go out on next Wednesday with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next Wednesday. Because I've just been like, forget fucking dating. Dating's fucking hard enough as it is. I have no social connection in London apart from like foreign here. Like
Lived
that's
in
it.
London your whole life?
Yeah, and all of my friends since that time have fucking left. I have tried to reconnect with them. It has been very difficult.
Is this a normal thing that people just leave London?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah.
No one wants to live here, right? You
He
live here
says-
until you've made enough money to live somewhere else.
Isn't it more expensive to live in London than anywhere else?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the
In
idea.
England,
is
yes.
like if you save 10% of your salary in London versus anywhere else, it's like worth more.
Ah.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like people are trying to move to like B tier cities a
Oh,
lot.
absolutely.
Like the one I live in.
I will.
They're like extremely popular because it's you have a lot of the advantages of living in a city, but it's also like a lot cheaper and a lot less crowded and a lot less cutthroat.
Yeah.
Mm,
Also,
I
to
will
be fair,
say-
like university, when everyone leaves, everyone like spreads across the country for uni.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, it didn't help that most of my friends were from the French schooling system, and most of them have moved to like better fucking countries.
Like
A
France,
lot of them
you know.
have. Yeah, well, no, actually, surprisingly not. I know a friend who has moved to Finland to work at like a startup agricultural technology thing. I can't remember. I've got another friend who unfortunately I've not managed to contact as of yet, but I think he's moved somewhere in Europe. Like, I think.
I've heard of that
Austria?
place.
Really?
Yes,
I have.
I think Austria. I think Austria. But I can't be sure. But yeah. And just like, yeah, a lot of my friends have just moved, and it's been very difficult to reconnect, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I just made new friends here, where I was one of the friends who moved originally from where I was.
Yeah. But like knowing how this country's going to go, though thankfully, have you seen the news of the recent elections that's been going on?
Yes,
in
holy
England?
shit! The Tories lost
Minus
1,000
a
local
thousand
seats.
seats. I'm not too happy that the Lib Dems have won seats, but if it's enough to get the Tories out of power, I'm all for it.
You know, I've not actually. The Lib Dems have been so irrelevant that I don't even know what their deal is. Are they like
They
liberals?
are just Tories.
They're kind of center.
Center. Are they center left?
No, they're
'Cause-
just center. They're not even center left or right. They're just center. They don't.
Yeah,
really-
because I've seen some policies brought up by some of their members where it's like, oh, we should privatize prison system.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, if that isn't the most fucking dangerous kind of thing.
Having them as they're basically filler. So if Labor or Conservatives need extra votes to kind of take, they're like just short and they need to make an allyship.
Yeah.
Lib
They
Dems
will
will
take-
just be
yeah.
that. They're like the filler that makes up the rest of the votes.
So they're like the
basically.
fucking constant turncoat prostitutes.
Yes.
Basically,
They-
yeah.
Very cool. Very
Oh, it's
cool of them
absolutely
to
delightful.
be that.
They-
Yeah, the worst part is when they had that government coalition with What's his fucking name again? Good lord. The guy who started the whole kind of Brexit vote. David Cameron?
Fucking
David Cameron, yeah.
Yeah, that cunt.
really what I find very funny, and but this is very ironic. I don't actually find this funny at all.
You don't
Is
say.
that like even with like the Tories being so unfathomably unpopular, Labour manages to like only like Labour should basically control every single house in the UK at this point after this election, and they only made like they made gains in a way that you know that every single person who voted for Labour because it wasn't the Tories.
Mm.
Yeah, basically.
And I find this very irritating.
But yeah.
It's because they don't provide any. Their kind of message has basically been "We're not the Tories." So what else are people going to vote for them for?
Yeah. I mean, I know that Keir Starmer is like a fucking almost an anti-union guy. So it's really funny.
Is he?
Like as much as you
I've
can
not
be.
heard-
He
I've
he
not
forbid
heard
his
anything.
members of
Oh, you
parliament
mean
from.
anti-union? I thought you meant union as in the
No.
Great Britain.
No.
You know, this is
That
how
would be
my brain
cool.
fucks up.
No, that would be
No, like
base. Yeah, no.
exactly what I'm talking about, Burger. This is exactly how fucked up my brain is right now. When you
he's not
said union,
anti-union.
it should have been easily implied, like
Yeah.
the unions, the work unions.
the
My brain
labor.
went. It's not labor he's talking about. It's the Great Britain country. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just how fucked up I am right now. Yeah.
Can't
Also,
talk about
hello,
labor
Theo.
unions.
Yes, hello. It
Oh
took
my god,
me
it's
about
Theo. It's Theo.
You
Fuck.
struggle
Yeah.
there a bit.
Oh.
LMAO. It's the Theo man.
It took me like 20 minutes to update my Patreon and to make sure that the bot actually does the thing on Discord to update.
Yeah,
role.
the Discord bot is a bit. I mean, it's wild that he did it in 20 minutes. Quite to be entirely honest with you.
It's a new
From
record.
from what I've seen, you can force it to do it immediately if you go to your Patreon settings, disconnect your Discord, and then reconnect it.
That's
Yeah.
very gay.
It is.
It feels gay somehow. Like I don't know. There's some about it. Let me pull CTOR in chat. No, I can't do that. I can't pull a PM into this fucking voice call. Yeah. Yeah, so how I mean, I know Posh is doing very poorly, but how have you all been this week?
I'm doing alright. I'm kind of performing vampirism against Posh, so my day's been going great.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
What?
It explains so much right now.
No, it's good, man.
I curse you. I curse you to the end of
Could
days.
you be a little more fucking specific in this program? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just it's something I mentioned in the Happy Place channel, which is I think that's what it's called, our Happy Place.
Yeah.
Where it's just like in the last few weeks since the meetup, I've just been doing a lot of nice things to strangers, and it's been good. Just
Nice.
like there's on my way back from Posh's on Saturday. I think it was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Might have been Sunday. The days all kind of go. There's a small Asian woman carrying a suitcase about her size up a flight of stairs, and she like clearly couldn't do it. So I just walk out, put it over my shoulder, run up the stairs with it. I didn't steal it, but
it's very nice of you to steal that woman's life savings that she was carrying in that briefcase.
Yeah. Good. How is that? So how are you going to fling her insulin?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a me problem.
There was 50 million in Bitcoin in that briefcase. That's why they were so heavy.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
Like hard drives.
It's like one of the. It's one of those like fucking 1960s hard drives that are like just huge. But there's like a fucking Bitcoin wallet saved on it.
Fucking
I mean, it's,
LMAO.
it's totally feasible.
Yeah, but it's.
You just need like a fucking 35 kilowatt outlet to turn it on.
I can do that. I have that at home.
Oh fuck, that's dope.
I don't actually have that at home. That was a joke. I don't even know what that is.
It sounds like a lot of watts, so presumably big power.
I think the normal European maximum output is 13.
The dainty little European ones.
I mean, the dainty little European ones are stronger than the American ones. That's why Americans don't have kettles.
It's true. I was explaining that to someone.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, you explained that to me a couple of streams ago.
That's probably why I've heard it before. It's like
That's why I know this.
still find that completely inconceivable to me. Just the fact that Americans don't have kettles.
Yeah, they do it on the stove, which is fucking wild. I do that. See, I heat milk on the stove when I'm trying to get some sahleb, but that's way too much. I would never drink tea if I had to do water on the stove.
Oh no, I've done that. I've done tea from like the stove.
It's also an interesting thing because the discussion about the feasibility of electric cars in America. When you discuss this with an American, they're gonna tell you something like, that's bullshit. My cars, it's gonna take like 10 hours to charge up, and like my dad has 2 electric cars. He just plugs them into the outlet. I'm just like, no, the fuck, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But then I remember they have the normal outlets at least don't have the same amount of power. They have like a quarter.
Yeah, that's fucking weak. America, you're weak.
Hello.
Hello.
Speaking of America.
Speaking of,
There's a fucking Italian guy.
Fuck.
Hey.
I forgot that I'm the second CIA operative in the server.
After Alex.
I am the cool handler that goes to Nicaragua for the holidays.
Matteo's an op.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, Matt, were you one of the people who recommended Raised by Wolves to me?
What the fuck is that?
Okay. I'm trying to find the culprits of this. I know Seator is one of them, but I'm really trying to...
Is that a TV show?
Yeah. I recommended For All Mankind to him, and he recommended Raised by Wolves.
What's
and
the MDEF?
Look, I know...
Equal trade. No, I'm the one who recommended to you For All Mankind.
Yeah, and then I recommend... This was last week.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, right...
Yeah.
I of course he hasn't seen For All Mankind. He doesn't know how good it is. But part of me expected that he would trade me a show that's even remotely in the same ballpark. or good, even in any way, shape, or form. And
the answer is he did not.
It's better than Lovecraft Country, which I was trying to get into, which is absolutely fucking terrible.
It is?
Oh,
Good
yes.
to know.
Oh, my God.
Oof.
So the whole thing about like black people living in segregated America, they do that very well. Right?
Okay.
That's the only thing about the show they do well. The first 2 episodes include like an amount of plot that could fill a whole season.
Damn.
And then nothing else for the rest of the show or something like that?
And then it's just a completely different thing. It's like so the first 2 episodes, it's like I am a guy who likes to read pulp stories, and I came back from the army, and now I'm accompanying my uncle to write stories for the Green Book Travel Guide to make sure, that there's like cafes where people don't get killed for being black. And and also my father is missing, and he found out something about my parents. And apparently my mother was at a blah blah whatever the fuck. Like about his mother, his ancestry, and then the first episode is mostly that, and then at the end there's like very high budget special effects, kind of like Lovecraft monsters that they outsmart immediately.
Huh?
To be fair, Lovecraftian monsters are not meant to be necessarily particularly smart.
No, but it's so dumb. It feels like a kids show, but they're adults. And there's like it's like this super serious racism shit, and then at the same time it's like Stranger Things. You know what I mean?
I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of
And then the next
Lovecraft,
fucking episode is just there is a secret magical cult that is trying to find the cure for death. And they're controlling these Lovecraftian monsters, and they have some level of every million different kinds of fucking magic that they just have at their disposal, and then they force the guy to take part in a ritual in order to save the other characters that you're supposed to care about in any way, shape, or form, and they all are constantly figuring out the mysteries that are happening, and it's so bad. There's like elaborate illusion magic, and the main character's like, please stop doing that, and the fucking wizard bitch is like, okay, and then she does that. And then they call upon the Garden of Eden to summon the cure for immortality. But then the fucking main character explodes, but he doesn't really, and turns everyone to dust. And the whole fucking slave mansion. And we have like minutes upon minutes of There's a fucking scene in this show where a person is just expositing information to the main character, and the main character literally pulls a gun on her to make her stop expositing, but her magic makes it so he cannot shoot her, so she keeps on expositing.
Okay, that's I get what you're getting at, but also, can I just say, while I understand that it's bad and it doesn't sound good, that pretty much maps really well as well on American Gods, which is excellent.
No. American Gods has excellent pacing. The pacing of Lovecraft Country is like a fucking fever dream. Because what happens...
But that is not what you were talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Because what happens after like these first two episodes is just a completely different fucking plot. It's the same characters. Oh, well, we have survived this adventure. Oh, well, now there is a haunted house plot. And the entire haunted house plot is resolved in a single episode.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes shows that really don't understand the concept of pacing.
I do.
Yeah, please.
I'm not even looking at the stream, and I can hear you gesturing.
Oh, 100%.
But people praise this show like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and the only thing that's good about it is the fucking CGI, and it's only good for like TV show standards. They had like a huge VFX budget.
Do have to say though, so speaking of Lovecraft, I've seen there's a new animated show from DC coming out. Warner Brothers, I think.
Suck DC's nuts.
Yeah, LMAO. But like, they're making a Batman film set in like the Victorian era, not necessarily in England, but with Lovecraft in it.
I mean, Victorian era New York is also very interesting.
Yeah.
That is actually cool. That sounds cool.
Animated,
have you seen
by
The
the way.
Alienist?
The
I
Alien?
have not
yes,
seen
I have,
The
actually.
Alienist.
It's a similar. I don't think there's any Lovecraft elements in it explicitly, but that's also like Victorian era New York. It's also not. I don't think it's a great show, but it is at least it's watchable. You don't feel like you've wasted your life watching it.
Fair enough.
Posh, are you thinking? Are you talking about Gotham by Gaslight?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
come
a
on, Steam.
It has a very nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Victorian America is really especially interesting because people forget that Victorian America is where electricity started.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it now? Oh yeah, it is. Holy shit.
Okay,
I completely forgot.
this looks AI generated.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I hate this, but this just looks AI generated.
That does that
Oh my
that
God.
really does. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the fact that it's like a new concept and it's a two things combined that is somewhat unusual just makes it feel AI generated right off the bat.
Yeah.
God, I saw
right off the what?
something right off the bat. I saw something
Yeah,
like that recently, in regards to a film that was coming out with the guy who played Hulk in the Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mark Ruffalo.
Hawkeye,
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner.
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, Hulk. I thought I thought you said
Oh,
Hulk.
No, I said Hulk.
Okay. Yeah, Mark.
Am I slurring my words? Do I have to worry that I have a stroke
Mark
as well?
Buffalo. Mark
Somewhat,
Buffalo.
yes.
Mark Buffalo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming out,
Mark
and the
Ruffalo.
I can't remember the trailer. There's a few actors I've seen before, but can't remember the fucking names. And the trailer is set in this super, what's the word for it in art again? Hyper realist?
So
I can't remember if that's an accurate word in art. But
well,
yeah.
hyperreality is a more defined version of reality that
Mm,
makes it like less real in a sense, but also portrays reality with a greater degree of clarity by providing stronger contrast and exaggerating. It's like chiaroscuro for fucking.
mm.
How you pronounce the chiaroscuro very weirdly, Burger.
Chiaroscuro, you mean?
Yeah, chiaroscuro. Hey,
Churro,
chiaroscuro, hey.
yeah, churros oscuros.
Yeah, I churros, eh. Italian churros.
Yeah.
That actually would rule, Italian churros, though. They probably make
They
good
exist. They're called curiti. Hang on.
churros. For fuck's sake, dude.
They're not actually churros shaped,
No.
but they taste like churros basically.
Damn.
Um,
But yeah, I saw it and I was like, "There's no way this trailer is not AI generated," because it looked so surreal, and it didn't look real, basically.
I love that basically all of our, like, is this real or bullshit recognition is just fake now. I really wonder how much like shit I see on my timeline every day that in like a year or two I'm going to be like, oh, that was a real thing that they made.
Oh yeah.
Breaking Bad in Bavaria that wasn't just an AI thing. They really did that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah.
Honestly, that one was especially realistic. Having just been in Bavaria, that one is quite realistic.
I did like that actually. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
By the way, has anyone played? Okay, this is a complete non sequitur, right? But has
Yeah.
anyone played Thief Simulator 2?
No, I've only
no.
played the first one.
The first one is great,
There's a
and
second one?
it's a surprisingly great VR port, actually.
but
but-
VR. No, fuck that.
No, well, no.
Thief
That's,
Simulator?
the game is perfectly playable without a VR headset. I'm just saying that it has VR support and it's very good. But no, the thing is, I played it. I played the demo for the second one that they just put out.
Yeah.
And the German translation is hilariously bad. Also,
now?
there is voice acting in the game where you like run from the mafia and shit. And this might be a little racist, but
This might
I'm
be a little
honestly not
racist.
sure if the voice actor has just a extremely thick accent and no idea how to pronounce certain things, or if it's an
Or-
AI voice.
Very
Damn.
possibly both.
Well, it's both a foreign voice actor and an AI?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
Refuses to elaborate.
good. Well,
Yeah.
In fairness, I'm pretty sure it's a Polish company
Possibly.
that makes it.
That, of course, explains it, I guess.
Nothing.
No, I mean like why the accents might be a bit. In fact, I'm pretty sure the game itself is just like one guy. Like the dev is just one dude.
Fair enough.
If it's just one dude, and that's pretty fucking impressive, honestly.
I have forgotten. Yeah, actually, I was trying to get Stable Diffusion to work on my machine again, and the thing that I've been using, the software I've been using, I'm always like 20 megabytes of GPU RAM short of actually being able to fucking use it. Always 20 megabytes. Fathom how little that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very possible, that one.
Yeah.
Totally.
How about,
Less than they
if-
used
if
to
you
send.
want to
Well, it's
squeeze-
still more than they used to send men to the moon. So
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
I mean, okay. Thing is though,
Yeah.
if you want to squeeze a couple of megabytes out of your memory card, maybe you can try to deactivate Windows like the fancy like reflective features that they have put in.
you mean
What?
from my video card? Also, what?
I don't. You'd have to ask someone who knows more about that. But I am relatively sure that Windows has like a classic design where it basically looks like Windows XP again.
I don't want my I'm sorry. I will not have my Windows look like Windows XP. I would
Aw.
rather never use Stable Diffusion than have my Windows look like a fucking misshapen candy shop that was bleached out in the sun for 15 years.
Lloyd,
No.
you seem to have some very strong
Damn.
feelings about.
I would go back to Windows Vista before I fucking
I've used that for ages.
yeah.
I actually refused to migrate to 7 for quite a few years.
I don't think I ever migrated to 7. I just went from Vista to 11.
Damn!
11?
No, to 10.
What the?
10
Okay,
is the
good.
current one, right?
Yeah.
11 is the
No,
current
11
one.
is the current one.
No.
But 10 is the one that was like, current a few years ago.
Okay.
And 11 is shit.
Hang on. Okay, but I went from Windows 7 to Windows 10. It skipped
gonna
Windows
say, but-
8.
That's fairly common, I think.
And
Okay,
I
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
didn't have Windows 9 because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, okay.
No shit.
How
There's
that
actually-
the
there's
future
actually-
archaeologists are going to be very confused by that.
There's
Are they
actually a
really?
common-
The data
common theory-
archaeologists.
There's actually a common theory about why they skipped 9. It's
Because 7 ate it.
that is also a possibility.
Yeah.
But the theory
Nah.
was that there was like, because there's Windows like 95 and 98, and those are practically identical. A lot of old software just like uses to check your Windows version in order to know what it can actually do. It just checks for Windows 9 something,
Yeah.
and if they like if they actually release a Windows
Click
9,
confirmed.
it would just like software that's been around for ages, for example like bookkeeping shit, it would just catapult that back into the Stone Ages.
It's very cool that happened.
Mm.
They should have. I mean, they named fucking Windows 6 Windows Vista. They should have named Windows 10 something else. They should have fucking named it Windows
Enough.
Beige.
They start naming it colors instead of
Windows
numbers.
Piss Midget. Fucking.
I mean, macOS stopped using cats for their names. Maybe they can go with that.
Yeah.
Windows gay.
That's a show. I really like the.
It's like two versions of Windows, like Pokemon. It's like Windows Gay and Windows Straight, and they come out at the same time. And to get all the features, you need to like trade with your friends.
Yeah, I have Windows Buy, but my friend has Windows Pen. It's basically no difference.
Yeah, I can't use Paint.net. That's only in the Windows Gay version.
You Good
You
lord.
get word.
Windows straight, you can't just no. There's no colors.
You have to trade Windows Gay for the colors.
Yeah.
But Windows Gay doesn't have any. It doesn't have the calculator.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh fuck. Yeah.
Something virus.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Windows
I'd
Gay
rather
can
not.
only get the AIDS virus, not computer viruses.
Somebody was really praising Windows 11 to me at some point.
It's
Ow.
fine.
Who the fuck would do that?
No, look, it's
What kind of psychopath?
John Penis Face.
Jontron?
Thank you for your
Damn.
boundless creativity. To be fair, it's not much worse than mine.
John Windows 11 guy. Oh fuck yeah!
I actually really like doing that. I just like taking John. Like if I talk to someone who works at a company and I can't remember their name, and I just say John Company. So if I'm like at the phone with
John Amazon.
Microsoft, yeah,
John Windows.
If I'm at the phone with Microsoft support, I just say that John Microsoft called me. He's a bitch.
Windows John.
That's what they should have named it.
Yeah, use Christian names like good Christian.
What about taking a
Fuck's sake.
off of Sherry Fox just DM'd me. Windows Gay has access to the darknet because be gay to crime. Thank
Accurate.
you. By the way, fuck, I had something. Sorry about that. I lost it.
I
You lost
have
your
You're
train of thought.
welcome.
That's fine.
Yeah. Nah. Jesus Christ, Porsche, is your shit infectious?
Hmm?
Is whatever you have infectious? Because my brain is melting.
Yeah,
Christ.
that's called depression, my
Lord.
buddy. It's called depression, my friend. It's very infectious.
Oh, speaking of which, I had the revelation of the century,
Yeah.
which is like extremely fucking obvious, and everyone already knows. Well, not everyone, but most smart people already know about it. So my mood was going up and down for like every couple of weeks to months. Just goes and all the way up, all
Is
the way
this
down.
going to be a pyramid scheme of some sort? Are you pitching us?
And then I discovered Fritz Limo Honigmelone.
Oh man. Yeah.
But no, it's
Understandable.
that shit happened for a while, and then I got partner. All of a sudden, I had partner, and I love partner. Partner's amazing, but and then I was speaking to my dad's girlfriend because she used to work in like mental health services.
Mental services for people who are fucking mental.
Service is fucking mental, there, isn't it? It's just mental service, isn't it?
She worked in, and I talked about my mood swings with her before, and she's been talking to me. Hey, how's stuff going? I said, yeah, it's partner's cool, partner's dope. I'm very happy, but it does have that like by taste where it has like has that aftertaste where it kind of feels like this is a fluke and everything's going to fall apart at any second.
Yes.
And why would good shit happen to me anyways?
Yes.
I'm like, and she just goes and she just looks at me. So that is like textbook depression, right?
Yeah.
Like actually textbook depression.
It really is, dude.
I'm pretty sure I have that textbook.
Damn. Good job.
Yeah,
that is a very depressive like thought pattern.
Yeah, and then it turns out that the mood doesn't stay up, even if I have partner. Having partner doesn't make life perfect. What the fuck is this shit?
It's wild, isn't it?
I know, right?
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, how crazy, bro.
Yeah, wow.
I mean,
Who'da
don't get
thunk
me
it?
wrong. It makes it a fuck ton better, but
But
Still,
Yeah.
I know
It's
I
not
know
a fixable,
it's
and
just
people
that
and all
it's-
you incels probably not watching this stream. Yeah, it's not gonna help that much. It's not gonna help much unless you have a really supportive partner that helps you like actively. But like, it's not just.
I noticed is that it's like the same
Yeah.
way with hey, what's up? It's like the same way with money, where it's like if you have money, you could like spend it on the thing you want and be happy for a little bit, or you can spend it on the shit you need, like paying off your bills and like not paying off your bills, but like I feel like the anxiety comes back a lot faster if you don't take the extra money you have and pay towards like rent and shit.
Oh, true.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because then your landlord kicks you out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Innit.
but it's like I have a new MacBook.
You don't have a
Wow,
fucking
lucky
home,
me.
though, bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, money can buy like a certain degree of happiness, and then eventually, doesn't anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that is
mean,
like
yeah, I'm not
genuinely
trying to
well
say it's-
researched now.
I've heard it said
I'm
somewhere
not really talking about happiness. I'm talking about like comfort
Yeah.
and security and
I mean,
reduction.
I
in
think
Yeah,
comfort
which
and security
by
are
which
like
by
two
proxy.
big building blocks of
Yeah.
happiness, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I like me my comfort and my security, and I mean, actually, like having a partner does give a lot of comfort and security, so that it does make shit better. But it's makes it easier, but I still get depressed. I got very fucking depressed because of this fucking bitch ass fucking winter. Not you, Chris.
Oh,
Excuse me?
man. Yeah, man.
The fucking
LMAO,
the
winter, you
long
bitch
ass-
ass.
It's
Yeah.
like
Winter,
it's
you
only
bitch
been
ass.
like 20 degrees for like 2 days this year, and it's been the last 2 days basically.
Yeah. I've got the most out of those days. I went outside. I went on the
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I went on the
Sounds gay.
cycle.
Yeah.
Also, if you're curious as to the pictures I posted, that was my morning.
Yeah,
A
were you,
pallet
like,
of melon.
these are
A
cantaloupes,
pallet.
right?
Yeah. Well, those are honeydew melons that
Yeah.
fell over.
Oh,
What
honigmelone.
happened was, I picked them up, drove 10 miles with them properly secured. I had low locks, low locks are just these bars that lock into the sides of the walls to hold stuff in so it doesn't fall back. Both of them just slipped. And so I had an entire pallet of melons just fall back. And so yeah, this morning I was restacking melons, which wasn't fun.
But it was more than just like these couple baskets in your load, right?
No, I ended up. I'm all done getting all the stuff I need to get. So it's not just that.
Okay.
I've got like melons. I've got cantaloupes. I've got broccoli. I've got bok choy.
Oh,
All kinds of
hell yeah,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah, I got leeks.
I actually purchased
It's
some
going-
You
very
all got leaks?
Yeah, like the big vegetable.
No, I know.
You know,
Can't joke.
from the one anime with the girl who trolls the leek. I don't know anything else about her.
Hatsune Miku.
No.
It's not from an anime. It's from a hit music artist, Hatsune Miku.
Isn't that an anime too, though?
No.
Yeah, that's an anime.
No, it's literally
well.
it's a voice generation program.
Anime.
It's a phoneme.
Yeah.
It's a phoneme generation program,
Anime.
essentially. This is like
Anime.
your parents calling them Chinese cartoons.
Get off the Nintendo.
This right here, by
Yeah.
the way, is apparently not a photograph. That is a oil painting.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can see it a little bit.
Acrylic and oil.
Oh damn!
That's
God
pretty
damn.
cool.
I can
shit, yeah, I
kind
can
of
see
see
it.
it, but goddamn.
It's like
Fucking
I
hell.
can definitely
right where the
see
hair
it.
hits the water. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also, you can kind of see it in the face if you look at just the right angle.
No, that's
Yeah.
sunscreen. That just is oily.
The water
Fuck
reflection
you,
is
cunt.
really fucking impressive.
it is.
Yeah.
This is really wild.
I just want to mention like the place I'm delivering to, out in Minnesota has like the best name for an Asian food distributor. Their name is Asian Food Distributor.
Holy shit.
You
yeah.
knowing what you know what you're getting, you know? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's like we have like a I used to study at in Birmingham. There was like this Asian product supermarket that was just called Asian Market.
based.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You got to be upfront
yeah.
about what
There's
you're
a lot
selling.
of
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta know what you're getting into.
This is like
Yeah.
a Simpsons cartoon store.
LMAO.
Yeah, like there's a co-op. There's a co-op in I think it's in Ohio.
Mhm.
I think it's just called the Dairy Co-op, but they specialize. They're a gasoline station.
No. Let me guess. They sell dairy.
No, they sell gasoline.
Fuck.
Which is kind of like the breast milk of the United States of America in like a
Yeah, when
Oh,
you
yeah,
think about
brother.
it, yeah.
in
Of
a
course, of course.
so there's like a political
Bro.
context in which this is
But it's also
the
funny that
case, I
they're
don't know.
So true. So true.
they're in Ohio as well, because Ohio joke.
yeah. I was at a theater play a couple of weeks ago by Chekhov. It was a Chekhov piece, and there was a gun,
Huh?
and they didn't fire it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
They put it up in the second act just to confuse me, and then they didn't fire it.
Did they do it on purpose?
Yeah,
I think that should be
I
illegal.
talked to them afterwards to like, how dare you?
that should be illegal.
I'm-
Yeah, that should be illegal.
and they
You
were
should
like,
sue
it was a joke.
It was a bit. That's
Please,
why it was
I
there.
know you're holding that gun right now. Please do not shoot us.
Alex Baldwin looking at
Somebody needs to fucking shoot the gun. And if it's not, if you didn't do it in the first act, if you didn't put it in the first act, and then you show it in the third act, you put it in the second act. So I now have to do it after the third act. That's basically. And
Yeah.
then
and it's
Well,
all
no.
your fault
Yeah.
now.
It's all your damn ass
all
fault.
your own
motherfucker.
fucking.
Is that
Listen,
the real
if I
reason
end
Abraham
up-
Lincoln
if
died?
I-
You could have avoided this, and yet you decided to.
Look, if you don't shoot the gun, I'm going to shoot this entire place up. So that means that the coming massacre is your fault.
The guy was actually just kind of like checking in on the president, and he's like, "Oh fuck, that's cool. That's the president right there." And, oh, the second act is coming up. Fuck.
Oopsie. There's actually, it was really funny because the guy, like the incel character of the play, had the gun, and he, he was trying to fuck, and like the girl he was trying to fuck was like kind of into him, but then this French dude showed up, and the French dude started having an affair with her.
Oh, it's always a
As
French
all,
dude.
as all French dudes do.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, it was gonna happen. And then he, like, threatened them both with a firearm. He just want to have a conversation with her. Just wanna,
Sounds about right.
you know the
Sounds
fucking
about
thing
right.
in the, like, the airplane guy? It's like, I want to shake his hand! I want to shake his hand!
Yeah.
It's literally that. And then, like, a couple scenes later, it's like, oh, you've started avoiding me. And it's like, motherfucker, you fucking pulled a gun on her.
Well, to be fair, it makes sense for an incel character. Like that is how incels behave.
Has anyone by any chance seen Designated Survivor?
Yes, it's awful.
It is terrible.
Yeah, I started watching
not
I think I saw the first season because I love that kind of genre. I love it to fucking death. But it's like The very first scene when they listed terror organizations, I was like, it's the one the one that I don't know the name of. It was them. That's the ones who did this.
I am like in this the tail end of season 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm watching it, honestly. It is so every time I keep pausing it every 20 minutes and just yelling into my room
It's so fucking corny.
because it's spoilers, of course, but there is a thing in season 2 where they illegal. I'm pretty sure illegally detain the son of a vaguely Asian head of state.
Okay. Good start.
Yeah, the son of a vaguely Asian head of state, and threaten him at gunpoint to write an affidavit incriminating his father, the head of state, to having like shipped nukes into the US.
What? That show goes
and then
fucking
they open
wild.
up and then they fucking desert storm that country.
Just because?
Nah, because
Isn't
they
the
like
designated survivor like in season 1 it was all and now he's the good guy and he does all the good guy things because all that was needed was someone who's not a politician.
Okay, so the background is like, oh no, someone has. Okay, so I may be like totally like misremembering this, right? But I watched it last week, and I'm pretty sure I can get it together. So, vaguely Asian country that I don't remember the name of because all the countries are made up. Except for America, of course, which is the only
Except for
one.
fucking America.
It's North
It's like-
Korea. It's just North Korea.
It
It's
could very well be.
it's-
The thing
I-
You know, like the
I-
name is North Korea.
like,
I really fucking hate when they
It's
make
just-
up countries.
and Theo thinks North
So this-
Korea is made
so-
up.
So there is the reports of like the fucking they're just like being like a dirty bomb, so a bomb with like nuclear shit just slapped around it to
Yeah.
make it
Yes,
bad.
I'm aware of what a dirty bomb is.
Yeah.
I wasn't though. Definitely didn't know that. So thank you for saying
Alright.
it.
It's a bomb with like pornography in it.
Yeah, it's the shit from the that like heart attack grill, the nuclear shits that they take there. And they put that into
yeah.
the dirty bomb, and that's how
That menu
They
is great.
they have reports that one of those is like in the country somewhere. They do a bunch of hacking the mainframe shit, and now we can't do that. That's against the constitution, and fuck the
They
constitution. This is a
detain
bomb.
someone with diplomatic immunity to make him confess to a lie at gunpoint.
Yes, they literally do that. She threatens him. So the bomb goes off, right? They find hey, we found the bomb. We defused the bomb. The bomb was a dud. The bomb goes off. It kills like 4 cops and no civilians.
What
Every-
a fucking dirty bomb goes off and everybody's fine.
It blows up in a subway station that was like sealed off. So no
Okay,
one was there except
that's
a bunch
not-
of cops, and there's like everyone's president is fucking furious. Or his CIA contact, the CIA lady, is fucking furious. And
Yeah, I mean, I bet.
she goes to the son of this head of state and just threatens him with execution. Literally goes up to him and tells him, "You're gonna get the electric chair, and I'm going to watch you die unless you sign this affidavit."
Bruh.
Some Jack Bauer shit, dude.
And later,
Bruh.
and then later, just after he signs the shit, pulls a gun on him, pulls it up to his temple, and goes, "Say the name of the man who died in that bomb attack." Because he
Oh
was
my
my friend
God.
or something. And then they just fucking Operation Desert Storm that country. They just go to war. Literally, it's called that. They just go to
North
war with
Korea.
that country. They
North
fucking
Korea. It's just North Korea.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
They just fucking missile strike everything. End up blowing up a hospital by accident, which is just kind of shrugged under the rug. They
Incredible.
removed the marking. They removed the marking of the Red Cross and they put like a radar installation on the roof, which is why we blew it up.
That's
22
definitely something a hospital would actually really do.
Yeah,
This
They
is
would
definitely
totally do
people
that.
working at a hospital in a war zone would definitely do this.
and 22 civilians died. Whoopsie daisies.
Honestly, that is a low civilian dead toll
the
for the US Army.
The
the US
Veterans
military.
Association supports your war. And they just like, come out of hiding and surrender yourself, Mr. Enemy, Mr. Other Chief of State,
Yeah.
or we will fucking. Or we will destroy the infrastructure of your country until your people starve to death.
Is this still like portrayed as like them being the good guys? Because I remember the show being like just like in season 1 it was like, yes, and now we're going to introduce this law that will make women equal people, and it's just. This sounds like it just went fully down the neoliberal rabbit hole of, yes, war hawking is actually good. We should kill brown kids, but we have to put rainbow flags on the predator drones.
Oh my god, this reminds me of like an alternate history, like time travel story
Yeah.
I read. Do you mind if I cut in and talk about it really quick?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but basically it's set. When I read it, it was set in the far future year of 2020.
Let's
and
go.
there's like
I love those. I fucking love those. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's like Islamic terrorism is like on the rise, and so like you have Somalia. Like the two biggest hot points is Somalia and the Malacca Strait. And in the Malacca Strait, there's a huge multinational force led by the United States, and their brand new supercarrier, the USS Hillary Clinton. Yeah. This was written in 2007.
Hell yes.
As an aside, there was a research vessel that was researching something to do with I forgot, like E equals MC squared, some shit like that. You know, some high level science shit. This math.
Why would you put that shit physics on a ship?
It was supposed to be some kind of the scribble alien space bats. You know, it's like
My
we put like a
killed people.
we
bomb
put-
killed people. God,
we put
that's
a
a
super
No.
collider. We put a super collider on a ship.
The rice cooker. My bomb called the rice cooker 8000.
And like while the task force the science vessel is supposed to be escorted by a task force going through the Malacca Strait, the high value target, it's like terrorists blowing it up. And while they're being escorted through, they decide to run like a low-level test or something, and things go wrong. The entire task force vanishes. And
Oh boy.
Okay, you're breaking up.
and
That's rough.
The world.
Rough?
Crap. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Can you hear me
Your
now?
fault.
It's a bit choppy.
Yeah, it's.
Just-
I can understand the gist of it. I think.
Just 10 seconds. I have to go. I have to organize some shit for this weekend. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
been nice hanging out. See
I
ya.
assume
Yeah.
it's union things, then
yeah.
I support it.
Hell yeah, bro.
Go make a
Yeah,
run
let's go
for
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
Based.
Bye bye.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Is that what
But,
you're calling the union?
No, I'm calling. Oh my god, really? God damn it! Stupid fucking AI pathfinding.
Oh yeah, shit. This randomly reminded me. The presence of Posh reminded me that I still need to pay Posh back for stuff.
You did not pay me back.
What is the
I did
okay the
not.
USS Hillary Clinton though? I need to know more
Excellent.
about.
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay.
The sexual
Fuck.
papers.
Okay. So hopefully my signal lasts. They get teleported. Basically, they get teleported all over the planet back to the Battle of Midway. Whatever you. whatever year that was. I think it's 1943.
I've seen this. Or rather, no, I've heard of this.
Yeah. Most of the ships, there's a brutal scene where modern ship and people.
Yes.
I can't. We genuinely can't
This
hear you.
is
You're breaking up
definitely-
hard.
yeah, and it's fucked up because I actually really want to know what happens. I'm fucking hooked. And this is.
No, I know. I think I've seen. I think I've seen something about this. It's basically it's an alternate history thing with time travel where an entire Caritas group like gets sent back in time to World War II in the middle of the Battle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I know about it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that we.
Yeah.
I guess that was what we're being told at this point.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I actually there's a really good time travel book, alternate history book that I always forget the name of. The Lost World. There it fucking is. Every time I forget about it, this time it worked out. That is a really good book. I mean, aside, okay, so it's wild because it's like good time travel like books and shows and shit are rare. Let's be like honest.
Very rare.
They are very rare. This one is really fucking good. Except for the part of the premise that is just insufferably American.
Okay.
Where the only people who have access to time travel is the US Navy.
Why?
Because they're the only ones who have it. And the main character is a Navy CIS detective.
Damn. Well, I really like. I really like the way Stargate does that, which is at first it's the US that has like the Stargate because they did the colonialism, but basically Russia managed to get the other bit of the Stargate, and then there's like people. They find a second one on Earth, and people like steal it, and they're running around, and then eventually the U.S. has to be like, okay, actually, to the rest of the international community, okay, actually we do have a Stargate, you can join the program, and then like China and Russia are part of like the secret space navy.
Yeah, I like that about like Atlantis because it was an international team, not just. Yes, the American military fighting the Goa'uld.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I didn't like Stargate all that much. I'm just not a. I liked Stargate Atlantis precisely because it was the way it was. But like the OG series of Stargate, I have tried to get into it.
I quite
too
like
American. It really is just too American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played a game of the Stargate system, which is like a D&D 3.0 hack.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that is rare.
Yeah, but it was really fun. Basically, I ended up having like the GM made like an entire like third set of like essentially same species as Gold civilization, but like kind of like the Tok'ra, but like specifically not the Tok'ra. Like the Tok'ra were a separate one that we encountered. But my player ended up like getting infected by one of these, and they were like based on Minoans. And it was fun because like the idea was like they actually have the same developmental level as humanity, as like the people on Earth, because basically the Queen Mother is paranoid and doesn't trust technology unless she understands it. So they're like a civilization of like scientists and researchers, but exclusively because the original Queen does not like not understanding the technology that they use.
Wait, when you say the
they're
Queen
just
Mother,
explaining to Grandma how the fucking phone works.
Yes, and the reason why they only like bond with people consensually is because otherwise it like limits their usefulness. So if you have like two conscious people, they can separately study two fields, and like if they are like sort of mind bonded, they can share their knowledge and they can be more effective at research. And it
That's
was
pretty
really cool.
Yeah, that's
It
pretty
was
cool.
really cool because it kept like the gold like utilitarianism, and like we don't really see anybody else's like at all, including other people of the species as like worthy of like me, but also in this case it makes sense for them to be like, yeah, but like we don't take them over.
No. I've been
was
getting into Star Trek Deep Space Nine,
Deep
because
Space 69.
I saw TNG, and TNG is like great. But with Deep Space Nine, sometimes it feels very like late '80s, early '90s, because it's like it's this space station that is deserted, basically. That's like almost deserted. No one is there, and only because of the portal, people are now there because of the wormhole that they find, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like halfway into the first season. It's like, oh, this is the very first time we have interacted with someone from beyond the wormhole. It's like, what? What do you mean? People have been refueling your ships and flying into that thing for months, and you have never even looked on the other side?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that was fucking wild. But I mean, DS9 is good. Like the characters are very well written. Like almost even better than like TNG.
Oh, actually, I've never watched it, but I know something that will cause you pain. I have seen somebody ask why the fuck is Draco Malfoy in this show about about Deep Space Nine, talking about Odo.
Odo fucking rules though. He is such a he does not give a fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how about
Gay sex.
I was thinking it and I was like, I can't say this every time.
Maybe you can't.
Oh, fuck.
It gets boring, you know.
No, I get it, man.
Yeah. I remember. Was it Fringe, the show Fringe, that did like Joe Biden as president in the alternate history timeline? But it said like instead of Obama.
Also a little spiced up.
Yeah, and also they did end up being right.
Quirked up white boy, goaded with the sauce.
Quirked up white boy,
Butterfly
goated with the sauce.
Shit.
Yeah.
What? That one show where
Oh shit, he's back.
He's
college
back.
age.
Still
Sorry,
barely
man.
understandable, but the man has returned. He back.
Apparently not.
Okay, he's gone again. Fuck. This is
Fuck indeed.
folks. Don't. This is what happens when you have a real job that requires you to
Yeah.
actually do something. That
Yeah,
is
honestly,
travel across the country.
that's kind of gay and homophobic.
That's that's kind of gay and homophobic.
Yeah. Good job, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. What's the dumbest thing we could say at this point in the stream? Like, what's the like aside from maybe, you know?
Ooh, I can talk about how I am practicing the paranoid schizophrenia mental mindset right now in the lab when I'm working.
Okay, hell yes,
Because-
hell yes.
There's like these kinds of there's like the sensor that we're working on right now that I am personally basically working on the data right now.
Yeah.
Has like these kinds of like impulses that just follow immediately after like bursts of noise. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking work out what the fucking reason for them is. And to do that, I'm trying to figure out like if there's like set patterns of timing between the two, and like there's two sets of a pair of noise and impulse. So essentially, I'm having to do schizoid numerology to try and figure it out, to try and figure out if there's any kind of pattern or not.
That fucking. So by that you mean science, right? Like.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm trying any kind of fucking number and then checking like the correlations and shit and like the statistical significance. But yeah, no, it is just for the moment. It's like guess to try and figure out if there's a pattern and then check if it's the pattern or not, and if it makes sense in any way.
Yeah.
And it's very like schizophrenic paranoia mindset, because it's like, wait, no, I spotted a new way I can find a pattern in this. If I put in this exact number, and then I notice that there is exactly a 10 microsecond difference between 1 and 2, between this number and this number. It's literally like that.
I feel like this is just a very different take on fucking around and finding out.
Yes.
Because
No,
you're fucking around
definitely.
with numbers, and you're
Uh-huh.
finding out.
Absolutely.
I had a very surreal experience the other day. My girlfriend, she fucks around with like tarot.
Oh yeah.
And she called up basically on my behalf. So she explained to me how I get to like call up Gideon, like the guy.
Mhm.
Guy now.
And like essentially the answer that I drew was like, motherfucker, I'm literally you. Why are you trying to? What is this shit that you're doing where you don't talk to yourself? It's weird. It is weird. Stop doing it.
That does not sound good for your mental.
Oh no, it
I
sounds
was alright.
fucking
It's I mean
terrible.
at the end of the day, it's just just seeing patterns in a card game. But
Yeah. Fair enough.
Motherfucker, that is literally you.
yeah,
I'll be honest, I kind of feel like I've been losing my mind over the stream, just kind of slowly.
yeah. Where is it now?
Sanity is just creeping out.
I mean, of course you lost
Who
it,
the
so I
fuck
don't know where it is. But like,
Why
Bro,
are you asking
you
me?
were losing it for a while now. What the fuck do you think?
It really do feel
what
that
do you
way.
think Posh has been mixing into your drink when you come to the Posh household?
Crap.
I've been slowly poisoning everyone's drink without them realizing.
Yeah.
I'm a mastermind.
That explains so much, especially the amount of brain cells I lost at the meetup.
You know, that was exactly my plan.
How
Like,
how
motherfucker.
much of a percentage do you think was just the slide incident?
A good 10% at least. God damn, that shit was wild. I was not expecting it.
Yeah. I put that in my things that I did this year thing where I went down this fucking slide.
And like ate shit.
It was just I was like I am going to be not an adult for like a minute.
And then we
it's
immediately ate shit.
got punished, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I had to fucking drain my shoes of sand.
I didn't have a single grain of sand in my shoes.
Incredible. Well, but it was all over you.
Yeah, I had it in
The
my
rest of
ass.
Thank God for Alex. And
and his CIA broom that he used to clean my ass.
yeah, you know how CIA broom bristle implants in your ass? God
Shove
damn.
it up your ass.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that wherever it is that you live, right? Has the winter also been unreasonably long?
Wait, here?
Yeah.
In Italy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, weirdly enough. It wasn't like warm enough to get into to just not wear anything but a shirt, not even a t-shirt until like recently, until like the start of May. which normally that is like mid-April weather here. So
What about the UK?
Oh, the
I
UK's
mean,
been
so
absolutely fucking
the winter
horrible.
has been unreasonably long here, but the season itself is pretty short.
I get because I'm so mad about this.
It honestly has been fine over here. It was really warm in like early February,
Yeah.
but after that, it's been pretty all right.
There was a pretty horrible fucking drop over March.
Yeah.
I remember a few days in February where I was like, this is nice. And then it was just devastating.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was great. Honestly, it was great in this last month.
Yeah.
I've been coming to work, especially the last couple of weeks. I've been coming into work in just a t-shirt.
Oh, but
With,
they
like,
do
no-
heat your
You're
workplace
British.
though, right? So
We do, but we've actually turned the AC on to cool it down.
God damn,
But
I hate
I meant like the
white
walk
people.
to work was I was just in a t-shirt.
Yeah,
I wish white people were real.
for real.
Man,
Come to England.
Olive
I'll show you.
Garden is so good. I wish Italians were real.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's crazy. Like, how many people do live in Italy?
Too many. I mean,
Like
we need to fix that now.
40 million.
Like,
something
but
like
do
that.
like is
Oh.
that like do we need that many? Is the question. Like,
Yeah.
No.
is
Honestly,
that necessary?
No,
Yes.
we don't really need that many people anywhere, really.
I've been thinking that probably like one of the best regions to live for me weather-wise would be like southern France and northern Italy.
Oh no, southern France in summer is going to be extremely fucking.
Or maybe
He's
like
been-
northern
he's been
Spain.
here. He's been here during summer. He knows how it's like.
Yeah, I grew up in fucking like the
Yeah,
Spain.
Mallorca.
Yeah, so
I think if you were to live in the States, like the perfect area for you would be like Monterey, California.
I see. The thing is, I really like rain. I love rain.
San Francisco Bay Area. Then
Yeah, I like it warm but rainy.
don't
Yeah,
understand
like
that,
Northern
but
California
alright.
coast will.
Oh yeah,
Northern
Monterey
California
is
goes-
NorCal, right? Yeah, fucking.
Yeah. Monterey.
Oh yeah,
San
because there's a
Francisco,
different
Eureka.
Monterey in Mexico. That's why I got that mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one is called Monterrey.
Yeah, it's a Monterey.
Yeah, and it's big.
Uh.
It's big and scary because it's full of.
Hispanics?
I would
was
would
big
fucking
cartels.
rule living in Mexico though. Probably, I would like that.
It depends. If you do anything to piss off like the drug lords, then you're a little fucked.
That
Yeah.
is true.
That's why you should
By
come
the
to
way-
Malaysia instead.
By the way, I'm out of the mountain, so if you want me to continue that weird ass fucking time travel.
Yes.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so yeah, they basically most of the fleet ends up in like the Battle of Midway, and there's like massive confusion, because all of a sudden all these ships appear, and the World War II guys don't know who to attack who, the modern guys don't know who to attack who.
Excuse me.
Eventually, they declare a ceasefire, and the two biggest aircraft carriers from both sides. I forgot which ship on the World War II side, but the USS Hillary Clinton decide they're going to meet up and suss out what's going on. So they fly a helicopter over, which is funny because the guys on the World War II side were waiting for a boat to come across
Yeah.
because they don't have helicopters. And so all of a sudden this
Fucking
gigantic helicopter flies over, and they don't take the commanders, the Marine commander or the captain seriously, because the U.S. captain is a woman and the Marine commander is a black guy. They think it's a massive joke.
This whole thing could have been marginally better prepared. Like, I feel like somebody really fucked up in their like diplomatic protocols.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, first of all, women weren't in, and the Marines were segregated.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man. They
What did they
eventually get
know?
things. They eventually. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what time they were in. They just saw all these World War II
Oh,
ships
so
around,
so
and
this wasn't like planned. They literally just did not know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the thing with the science vessel just happened on accident.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
one day they were in the glorious year of 2020. Now they're in the middle of the Battle of Midway. No idea what was going on.
Yeah.
They eventually get it all sussed out. Uh, like I said, others popped up in other parts of the world. So that means Nazi Germany captures a ship, the Soviet Union, Japan, Italy, and those guys get varying results. Like the ones that it was a Singapore and Indonesian vessel that was captured by the Japanese, and they were treated kind of okay.
Oh.
The ones captured by the Nazis and the Soviets did not do well.
I can imagine.
In fact, is the purge during it, like right in the middle of World War II, like the Soviet Union cranks up the purges again because they get access to what happens after Stalin dies.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so all of a sudden Khrushchev's gone. All these people start vanishing. Same with Nazi Germany. They find out who collaborates with the Allies.
Yeah.
They know what, and everybody discovers the gulags and the concentration camps, and but it's just everything's so fucked up. It's like, well, we have to pause the war right now. We have to just to figure out what's going on.
To be fair, what was I thinking? To be fair,
To be fair, God is good.
yeah, of course.
We should all be very grateful and
Based.
very thankful. Yeah.
Praise
praise
soul.
the Lord.
Yeah, but the thing I wanted to get to is even though like the modern like militaries are pretty progressive and and like neoliberal, like there's like female commanders, there's very progressive. There's like
Like black people.
there's like LGBT like soldiers and stuff and sailors.
I mean, there
They
always
have this-
were.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
Maybe
gay
at the
people
very
were
least.
invented in 1962.
yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately, they don't mention it directly, but apparently there was another terrorist attack in the 2010s where an aircraft was hijacked. It was like somewhere an aircraft was hijacked, flown over to like an ISIS-like controlled territory. All the passengers were just like captured and tortured, and then they took like the plane and they flew it. I think they crashed somewhere. I think they crashed in Jerusalem. They crashed in Jerusalem.
Unbelievable to
So-
fall for the same trick twice.
So because of that, like the United States was like, okay, we've had enough with these goddamn Muslims, and they instituted like I forgot what it was. Order 88. That's what they called it. It was like Military Order 88, where basically the U.S. military is allowed to use field execution and any means necessary to get information they need.
Did they steal
So
this from
that's
Star
like-
Wars? This is literally just Order 66, except against the Middle East.
Yeah, well, no, it's against any enemy
The
of the
whole
United
fucking
States.
Middle East.
No, that sounds.
It- It's like a really brutal protocol, but it feels like they really tried to shove that in there because there's this like one there's this one officer who makes it her mission to go out and like hunt down like the comfort women camps and comfort women places across Southeast Asia, and she calls on that protocol to just like raid these comfort hotels and just kill every Japanese soldier in there.
Good lord.
Jesus. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's also
I like it when the premise is like properly explored, though. And I think that's really ideal.
There's also FDR gets treatment thanks to them. He gets treatment for
That is
polio.
very good.
And he gets on medication. They give him a vape pen to smoke instead of cigarettes.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
And FDR basically annexes part of like northern like Santa Barbara. Basically gives them a bunch of territory that's like, okay, this territory is under 2020 laws.
Yeah.
Under U.S. 2020 laws, everything else is still 1943. But because of that, there's like a mass exodus of people like moving to this territory.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm gay.
I'd rather live in the 2020 land.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's a very the guy really explores the premise, but he kind of comes off as really like he's definitely like post 9/11 kind of a war hawk stance.
Yeah.
Anyway, that concludes the stream. We've been on for 90 minutes. Chicken McNuggets.
Nice.